live.
We are live. We are here for an exciting match.
We are. It is the Division 4 match between Munchies and Semi-Croustillants.
Munchies and Semi. Team Semi.
Team Semi. No, that sounds... No, we can't say
Yeah.
that.
No?
Nope.
We can talk about the Semi all match. At least an hour of discussing the Semi.
The red team.
Are they red?
Well, they're on the right hand side, so they are the red team.
Fair enough. Has the Heroes Lounge website had an update?
It has the Method Cup featured now at the top, rather than Division S.
It also shows their match history below if you look at a team statistics.
I think that's... might have been a thing for a short while. I don't know.
Wait.
But anyway,
my teams.
while you're getting confused by that, the map draft has started. Semi-Croustillants have banned Sky Temple, Munchies have banned Infernal Shrines. Both teams are fan of Infernal Shrines, so Munchies showing there that they are quite happy on some other maps and are happy to take away one of the favourite maps of their opponents. Munchies have shown a preference of Braxis this season, picking it twice, so their opponents have banned that out. And then for the final ban, Makaku bans. Drumroll. He was typing, now he's not. The other maps that Semi-Croustillants have picked are Tomb of the Spider Queen and Towers of Doom. It's Towers of Doom, with the second ban from Munchies. Now it's over to Semi-Croustillants to pick a map. Are you okay, Mick?
Yeah, I was just.
Have you figured out? Have you figured out the website?
I was taking a while to wake up. You know, it's been a tough day. Let's go on Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Yeah. So that's the one map that they have picked so far that isn't banned out. So I think that was predictable, perhaps.
Yeah. Both of these teams are 3 from 4 at the moment.
Yes, and I think with all the matches finished,
Pardon?
Sorry, I was just replying to Makaku about the lobby. Yes, both teams 3 from 4 at the moment. I think have they all been 2-0s, the matches?
Yeah, all been 2-0s.
Yeah.
I mean, Munchies lost to Johnny Sin's Butt Buddies, who we know are a very strong team.
Yeah, we had some good matches against them in the Epic Cup last season.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won the first 3 matches and then lost 2-0 to them, which I was a bit surprised by. I saw that they were matched up against each other, and I was thinking that's going to be a close one. That's going to be a 2-1 either way. But I was surprised to see Johnny Sins take that 2-0.
And COB Antimatter beat Semi so far.
Yes.
So I'd say both Semi and Munchies are teams that are looking towards the top 8.
Yeah. The lobby link is up, as Makaku has linked it. Munchies versus Semi something.
Yeah. So this could potentially have the makings of a quite highly contested match on them both.
Yeah, 2 teams both off to a good start to the season, so interesting to see what happens. I mean, both teams have captains who've played in higher divisions. Makaku played for Fish Facts in season 8 and 9 in Division 1, and the captain red team, Ifubon Yumonte, played for Lava Wave OP in Division 3 in season 9, so...
And then both settling down to Div 4 with
yeah.
a new team.
Both got experienced captains who've played in a lounge before. Oh no, Yemek, you're playing at the moment.
Yes. Is this where it's going to be a momentary confusion? Excellent. There we go. Again, the portrait synergy not making it obvious that we're both casting together.
Yeah, we need to try harder, don't we? We need to have special casting portraits.
Yeah.
His and her casting portraits.
Can we get a different casting portrait to the AFK for Coco? I haven't portrait in seasons.
Yeah, same. I mean, it's a lot of effort, but
portrait synergy is the biggest, most important thing in the world.
Yeah, that's true. Munchies,
my head's gone.
Munchies
You're
have it
going to
on.
have no intelligent input from me from now on.
Okay.
I'm just a portrait.
Fair enough. Well, the Munchies portrait synergy is on point, I can assure you.
And Team Semis is not. So that's always concerning. If you can't be enough of a dictatorship to force everyone to have the same portrait, how can you force your team to play well?
That's true. Right, are we ready? Teams are sounding just about ready. And we'll be heading to draft any moment now. So what sort of heroes do you think we'll see prioritised on this, Yemek? Or are you still looking at portraits?
I was 100% still looking at portraits, and I'm devastated that the match has started. This draft is stopping me looking at the portraits. I mean, Tomb of the Spider Queen. Obviously, we're going to see quite a heavy four-man kind of team fight focus here.
Yeah,
I know Munchies, having a look at it, play a lot of Kelphos.
Yeah.
Malthael. So those are potential bans here. To be honest, it will be interesting to see if the teams have done enough research to know what strategy each other are likely to pull out on a Tomb game. Because it's one of those maps that kind of allows for quite a lot of flexibility in draft.
Yeah. Neither team showing a massive preference for Johanna, so we might see her get through the bans here. Doesn't always happen on this map. An early Sonya ban, which is slightly surprising. Definitely not the most picked off laner for Munchies, so...
No, I'm kind of looking at those bans, trying to see if that gives me a bit of suggestion about what they might pick. And not massive. I mean, Johanna's obviously a sensible ban on this map.
Yep. First pick ETC.
Is that a main tank ETC?
Deadam doesn't normally play main tank, my knowledge, unless he has been the last few games. Normally he plays off lane. I think Kestrel might be the off laner this season. Catching me off guard here.
Okay, so
Jimmy Deckard
exterminated Jimmy. I would presume. Get lots of wave clear, get the camps.
Yeah. Okay, Munchie's tank player, Sergeant Riggs, isn't playing this game, so that's... They've got a different tank player. They pick up the Stukov, which is definitely a dangerous hero.
For them as well, isn't he?
Yeah, Makaku plays a mean Stukov, so... Might be dangerous, and their favoured Kelphos. Yeah.
2 strong comfort picks at least. Probably the ETC as well, I would imagine. ETC followed up with a good Stukov. That's pretty scary. So you're going to be looking at some serious blow-up threat too against Team Les.
And that Team Les? You mean Team Semi?
Oh, Team Semi, the French teams.
The French teams. Yeah, but and Deckard obviously can't deal with that blow-up quite as well. There's some healers, so they might struggle there if Munchies can't get those combos off.
You might see stay a while being quite important to saving his team here.
Yeah, but then again, that's a long cooldown, isn't it, compared to the short, Stukov route, Kelphas
Yeah,
ETC's
16 seconds on the Stukov combo. So
yeah. The Blaze and Leoric picked up on the side of Team Semi-Croustillants. So main tank Blaze. Good choice for this map, with Johanna being panned out. You always talk about the similarities between the two heroes, so...
Yeah, that's it. If you can't get Johanna and you're thinking about AoE, CC as well as wave clear, Blaze is a really nice go-to.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're going to see Entomb, so Kelfos could be in a lot of trouble there. Stukov could be in trouble. Stukov can kind of get himself out of the Entomb. Obviously, Flaming Swipe buys him a bit of protection. And Malfeal as well, so I picked up. That's another comfort pick for them, isn't it, for Munchies?
Yeah, it is. And they have played quite a bit of Kira as well, I recall. And the Tassadar last pick, the red team.
I mean, we know Tassadar's a bit strong at the moment,
yeah.
to say the least. And we know you like to play Tassadar with some point-and-click CC that you can guarantee the Tassadar can then land as combo with. So Blaze is a nice setup for that.
Entomb as well. Yeah.
Two really strong teams.
Yeah.
God, I wouldn't like to place some money on it, but we're going to have to, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'll let you go first.
Tradition. It's tough. I'm going to go with Munchies, but I'm not. I'm a bit on the fence. But...
Yeah, I'm also on the fence, so I'm just betting against you because it's fun to bet against you.
Yeah, of course.
But draft-wise, it could go either way. I am leaning towards perhaps the Munchies a little bit more because we know that's a seriously comfortable pick for them.
Yep.
Like they've got a lot of their priority heroes.
Yeah.
So that makes it a little bit scarier. But then you've got Tassadar following up on Blaze stuns. Tassadar's gonna be able to stack really quickly on this map.
Yep.
So it's gonna be a lot of damage. And Jimmy is just Jimmy, isn't it? It's just strong at the moment.
Yeah. We'll have to see how the Decker deals with the keeping his team alive here. I think that'll be a big factor.
Yeah. And I mean Stukov in the right hands is a very big threat. So we'll have to see how that goes. Right, on the left we have the Munchies with Mikaku playing Stukov, Kestrel playing Malfeal, Nad playing Kira, Dead Dam 5 on ETC, and Kimmo on Kelfos.
And on the red side we have Semi-Croustillants, we have Benny on Blaze, Ifubanyumonte on Jimmy, Halney on Tassadar, Paulos on Leoric, and Zelatar on Deckard. That was tricky.
Can I just say, I've had a look at Semi's Heroes Lounge profile, and they've got a cross-ompt that looks like an Onyx, and I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I saw that. That's very nice. I like it. Jimmy in a lot of early trouble here.
Jimmy, straight away.
Really nice silence and follow-up.
Yeah. That power side just making sure that he wasn't getting out.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying about the Deckard. You know, there's only so much you can do in that situation.
Yeah. And like until he gets 10 and he can stay a while, and like I said, that's a really long cooldown. If you've got that Stukov landing the full silence with the slow combo, your team's straight away going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
I think Jimmy and Tassadar are going to have to learn to play cautiously this game.
Interestingly, Blaze hasn't gone for the Globe Quest on one, so not going for that Unstoppable. He's gone for the Shield instead, which is...
Maybe a bit worried about the amount of damage that can come out of that.
Yeah.
Malfeal.
That's true. I think the Unstoppable can be quite useful against ETC. I mean, you can use it to interrupt Mosh Pit, right? And then charge in.
Yeah.
So, that's it. We'll see if it pays off. It could be a good choice. Look like Munchies were trying to sneak the bottom siege camp there, but the red team has sniffed that out and they're taking it themselves.
Although we could see a team... Oh, nice 3-person stun. There wasn't quite the follow-up on it. Because you got Tassadar getting the camp at bottom. Kelfos going to double soak against Blaze by the looks of it. Why we got 4-man bot.
He might be in a little bit of trouble here. Oh no, he should be okay.
Should be. It was a good force wall.
Yeah.
Just the lack of conviction from the rest of the team to chase that kill down.
Yeah.
I mean, probably a little bit cautious about the possibility of getting Munchies rotating up behind them. Hurting.
Nice.
Yeah, nice stun. Good force wall. That's what you want to see, isn't it? If you've got that stun setting up force walls, people are going to be taking that Jimmy damage for a long time.
Yeah. And again, well, Stukov's not even the best at saving his team from that damage, so...
Yeah, they're both kill potential comps
yeah. Yeah, these supports can really benefit the kill, but saving their own heroes isn't their strong suit.
What you can see is, obviously, if the Stukov gets the silence on one of the team and it's not Tastar could use that force wall to try to save his teammates a bit, so using it defensively. And that would mean they only really need to worry about the Kel'Thas damage at that stage.
ETC taking a lot of damage there, 50 health, and he does get away.
Both teams really aggressive. I think they're both
Yeah.
trying to kind of mark their territory at the moment, get that bit of dominance, and try to get that advantage from the first hand in.
Yeah.
Rotations definitely haven't been going smoothly because they've been looking for the fight so much. So there's definitely been some XP missed at various stages.
Yeah, it's surprising that we've only seen one kill apiece so far, to be honest. Blaze in a lot of trouble here.
Full combo on Blaze, and they're showing that they can really threaten even the main tank with this.
Yeah.
Combo.
Although ETC got very low, tanking all that damage while they were trying to kill the Blaze, so it goes both ways.
Yeah, it's because ETC's nowhere near as tanky as the Blaze is. So that Jimmy and Tastar are gonna be able to hurt him back. That's for sure.
Yeah. Red team trying for the hand in. ETC interrupting just in time. Malfield gets the hand in on Bart, and there's some pressure going in on Blaze now, but he should be okay.
Stun on his way out, so that's the opportunity for his team to damage back. Nice power slide, just securing that kill.
Very nice.
Get the gems back at least.
Yeah, they've lost a few, but they did get the majority. ETC's going back in. They're trying to kill this Leoric.
Silence on Leo.
Very nice. The Munchies are quite low. They need to back off a little bit here.
Tastar just getting one more stack on the way out.
Very nicely done by the Munchies. So they should be able to get a hand in here, maybe?
Yeah, I think what that showed was Team Semi were trying to hand in while the Blaze was zoning.
Ooh.
And obviously there was a 4-man defending, so they weren't going to let the hand in just happen. Oh.
ETC goes down.
I did not think ETC was going to die there. I thought he was going to be able to get out.
Yeah.
That damage from Jimmy.
Oh, Blaze going.
Throwing the bomb. That's painful after you just get that kill and you kind of manage to swing the battle momentum back in your favour.
Yeah.
That was just a bit greedy, obviously going after the Kira death and then trying to zone them off the gems as much as possible.
Munchies
probably not worth it.
Yeah, Munchies get the first hand in. Very entertaining match so far. Both teams aggressive, trying to find those picks, and this has the makings of a very fun match.
Yeah, it's hard not to just sit here and watch the scrapping without commenting right now. Jimmy's going to be able to do a lot of damage to these spiders pushing in here. 4-man fight's going to happen in mid lane by the looks of it. Leo's very pushed forward in bottom, so I don't think they're going to get much value in bottom or top. Bomb getting spread again to Deckard, so he's just healing himself back up right now. But yeah, this spider's nearly dead, and you've got Munchies rotating to top. Blaze wanting the engage. As soon as he saw ETC leave, he was looking for a kill. Ooh. And they get it. They get it on Kira.
Very nice damage there.
Not the initial target from the Blaze either, because he went after Stukov. But again, a good force wall just helping them kill that.
ETC had already gone top. He was starting the push. Might have been able to help Kira there, but
yeah, I mean, he certainly had time. Obviously, as soon as he left and started going top, Blaze looked for that fight, which was good. Good sense of awareness for him. But ETC had time to just come back before that Kira kill. He could have swung that fight in their favour. They did obviously get the walls in mid and top. I'm not sure though. So they got some value from those spiders, but we're going to see the handing go in the favour of Team Semi now, and then they'll get their chance to push, and we'll see how much value they get. Here, getting a scare. She's out.
Bit on Jimmy.
Bit on one, and stay a while to shut that fight down.
Malfield
nice
going
Entomb
down.
killing the Malfield. And ETC's not going to get out, is he?
Nearly.
Lucky. Jimmy trying his very best to put that damage.
Yeah, I mean, Kelfast was capturing the bruiser camp there. He has finished it, but his team still trying to interrupt the hand-in while he was doing that, and maybe not the best decision there. Looks like the team should be able to clean up this bruiser camp quite quickly, and they have got that hand-in.
I think Kelfoss was quite willing to just accept that they were going to get the hand and get the spiders. And then obviously getting the bruisers, if you time it right, means that you can pretty much shut down that spider in mid and focus elsewhere.
So,
top.
in terms of heroics, which we didn't mention, I mean, they are all fairly standard, so not much to mention. Malfield, is that the Tormented Soul? No, Last Rites. Last Rites Malfield, Black Hole from Tassadar, so no Archon, and Banshee from Reyna.
Now, Last Rites, when you've got, I mean, Deckard in general, because you get Last Rites when you look for a nearest potion, you quite often can then get away with it.
And Blaze has gone for Bunker as well.
Bunker as well, just to cancel that. So he might struggle to get as much value from that as he wants.
He's been in tombs now.
There.
Nice failing swipe, but
again.
Yeah, that force ball was just too much.
Just securing that kill. He thought he was going to get out, definitely, and then that force ball was just like, nah.
Oh, going aggressive on the Kira.
That's a few times they've really focused Kira, and she's lost health much faster than I would have expected.
Yeah, I think that's the Jimmy damage, really.
Yeah, notably Jimmy, obviously not going Exterminator. Instead going for Ace in the Hall, and it's really paying off. He's absolutely shredding people when they get slowed by the Blaze.
Yeah. Even then, just taking down the Kelfast, and there wasn't much he could do about it.
I think maybe with Exterminator having come back into the meta, people don't quite anticipate the Jimmy damage to be as much as it can be.
Yeah, he does a lot of damage even with Exterminator, doesn't he? So
yeah,
when he has a talent, it buffs that damage even more.
And you've got Reyna's Raider focusing you.
Yeah.
Enjoy the pain.
So red team can get a hand in here. I think they need Leoric to hand in, so he's just rotating top. Try and get his 40 gems in. Meanwhile, they are capturing the bruiser camp, and it looks like Leoric will be able to get this hand in. So they'll have a hand in, we'll have the bruiser camp as well, so
do you think they'll just push mid with the bruisers? Try to get these obviously fairly well timed up.
I think so, yeah, right, because the Munchies will have to do something about top, otherwise they risk losing the keep wall, which you can't really do on this map.
If Malfield also doesn't stay bot, they'll lose structures in bot. So yeah, Malfield staying bot, that gives them a 5v4 in mid. They can look for a bit of aggression here. They've got the spell armor from that camp.
Smash bit on Blaze and Leoric, but it does get interrupted. The Black Hole on ETC, so much damage coming out on him, and he goes down. Blaze gets low, and he just dodges the Kira ult. It's very close.
Entomb went down on Malfield, but the Living Bomb started spreading, and that that put an end to them trying to focus Malfield down.
Yeah.
I mean, nice kill on the ETC. This Tassadar, Hanley on Tassadar. He's getting really good force walls, but he's also made good use of the Black Hole, which, as we were actually discussing before this game, it's a really valuable when you can land it at the right time.
Yep.
It catches a lot of teams off guard because they're still not used to it.
Yeah, he's really putting out the damage. He's the top damage dealer so far by at least 10,000 over Jimmy, so really
force wall for the disengage. Leoric having the sense of self-preservation to get himself out of bot lane in time for the rotation.
Yeah.
Bruiser's going to be captured. Siege camp going to be captured. It looks like Team Semi are looking to really control that mid lane and stop hand-ins.
Yeah, I mean, they only need 4 more gems for the hand-ins themselves, and they They'll be able to pick up those gems on top now, so and they do have a 16 advantage, so it's going to be difficult for Munchies here.
I think they realised Munchies were getting the bruises, and they've just decided to put a bit of pressure on top lane.
Yeah.
So that when they defend the hand-ins now, there's something for Munchies to have to worry about. They have to worry about bot, they have to worry about top.
Yep.
Well, that gives Team Semi the comfort to get the hand-in themselves.
So, bot's being pushed out by Malfield. It's been pushed out a little. Malfield's going to be in trouble here.
I smell a gank. Unstoppable used too early. And there's the stun. Jimmy damage starts to come in. ETZ's zoning out the Tassadar. That's a nice entomb.
Black hole on top of Stukov and Kael'thas. They might get out here.
Jimmy wasn't in a position to follow up.
Yeah, I was lucky for Munchies. They've not hit 16 yet. They didn't want that fight. Jimmy nearly down to a tower there, but he's okay. Yeah, they can back off here, get 16, and then maybe look for a fight. They have Mosh Pit up still, whereas...
Malfield's clearing top, so we're going to see this pressure in bot lane and pressure in mid. This is a bad position for Munchies to be in at the moment.
Yeah, I think they need to take a fight soon, just to...
They have to get some value with this level 16 fight.
Yeah.
Here comes Leo, getting his creepy walk value. Blaze has gone in, he's taking keep damage, he's had to use bunker. He's definitely in a bit of trouble there at the back.
Yeah, ETC's quite low.
Yeah.
Blaze just go down.
Sorry, did I say ETC using bunker? I did. Yeah, he went in for that fight, straight away started taking that keep damage, and just... It all came about trying to save himself then, and his team were in no position to follow up on him.
Yeah, so Munchies losing one keep and nearly a second, but they do manage to defend it on bot. They've got 107 gems. So they really need to get some handed in now, just while Blaze is down.
I know they have this obviously need to clear the lanes, but they could have one person clearing while the rest hand in or get boss.
Yeah, it looks like they might be thinking about boss. If whatever they do, they need to do it quickly. Blaze is back in 5 seconds, so...
Yeah, they've nearly lost all the value they had then. What is this Stukov build? That was a very short range, yeah. This is not a Stukov build that I would go for, that's for sure.
Well, this is the Master Stukov, so maybe you'll learn something today. You're really intrigued now, aren't you?
I'm reading all the comments.
So, Munchies do get the hand in now. They've been clearing out waves, so these web weavers are spawning quite far along. Hopefully they'll be able to get some value on these forts. The red team do have a bruiser camp in middle, which will help. Big black hole out on ETC and Malfield, but not getting much value from it so far.
So this Stukov build's just basically allowing him to do quite a lot of healing and stay quite safe himself, but he's not got the increased range on his slow.
Right.
So he is very much having to face check people to land his combo, which might, obviously put him at risk. Means that he can't quite get those cross-screen combos that can really set up a team quite nicely.
Yeah.
So instead, he will rely on situations like this where he has the
Mosh Pit on the bunker. Blaze comes out and falls straight into it.
On him as well.
He's silenced his last right, but he's getting out alive. Malfield goes down. That was unlucky for Munchies. It seemed like they isolated him so well that there was no chance he was getting out. But
yeah, I was a bit shocked to see Malfield going down.
Yeah.
When I saw the last rights go out, I thought, yeah, Blaze is gone now.
ETC in a lot of trouble here. They really need to keep everyone alive at the moment, Munchies. Their opponents can't hand anything in, but if Munchies lose another member or two here, they could lose the game.
And there's the stun into the force wall.
The Entomb and ETC goes down. He was carrying 33 gems, all of which have been lost.
That's such a nice combo because that stun just gives Tastar a nice time to just walk forward and land that force wall.
Yeah.
It's almost a guaranteed death because you got the ace in the hall proccing for Jimmy.
So
just guaranteeing that they die.
Yeah, Semi-Croustillants have level 20 advantage here. ETC's dead for 30 seconds. They've got the bruiser camp. I'm surprised to see them not try and force this with the talent advantage.
They're going boss, and they've got 20 more seconds to do it.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
they're should be fine to get it done. The Tassadar just going for the AoE slow on Force Wall as well, which is going to proc that Jimmy even more.
Yeah.
So it is obviously a really well thought out team comp, this. With the Leoric slows, with the Blaze slows, they know that Jimmy is going to be able to melt nearly anything that goes forward, coupled with that burst damage on Tassadar. It's a nice little comp that. We should be writing it down and stealing it, Poppin.
Yes, let's do that. Munchies getting the siege camp on bot, so just trying to alleviate a bit of pressure, because I think they knew their opponents were doing the boss, so
yeah,
they've
they don't have
cleared a
enough
wave.
So they're going to defend here. They don't have to worry about bot. They have to worry about mid a bit.
And they need to worry about not having level 20 talents.
And here comes the...
I think with how healthy the boss still is, they're going to have to win a fight here. They can't just defend the boss and hope their opponents back off. They're going to have to look for a good mosh pit here, I think.
And look for it quickly before that boss really starts damaging the core.
Yeah.
Not nice to fight 19 versus 20, but they have to do it or lose the game now.
Going in for the mosh pit.
There's the mosh, but Jimmy has already sorted him out. Leoric is going down, but Malfield's going to pay for that. Is it going to be GG here? I think it will be.
Nice black hole.
With that black hole, it will be. Black hole with the boss. Yeah, that's GG now. Well played to Team Semi.
Yeah. I mean, that match was looking very close early doors, and then just one or two team fights in the favour of Semi-Croustillants, and they just snowballed it, it seemed. It seemed hard for Munchies to do anything once it got to a certain point.
It's hard for me to say at this stage whether I would say that Team Semi either looked very well rehearsed on that or just very comfortable on those heroes. And I guess I'm still not used to seeing many Tassadars that are that good. On the new Tassadar, 82,000 damage, 101,000 siege damage, 0 deaths. I know he only got 3 kills, but he provided a lot of burst damage for Jimmy to then secure the kills on. That looked like a well-practiced strategy that they executed against Munchies there.
Definitely, and Tassadar looking very strong as he has done recently in the meta, so I think we're going to keep seeing more and more Tassadar as time goes on.
Yeah, I mean, it's that stage now of like, would you look for any target bans against what was just done to you? And when a lot of those heroes are very meta, I mean, but like we said, the Blaze could have been a reaction to the fact that Johanna was banned.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily like if you ban the Blaze, that's not going to change their strategies. That's not going to change their comps. The same with really anything in there except for the Jimmy. And a lot of people don't respect Jimmy enough to ban it. You just work around it, right?
Yeah. So I mean, I would be tempted to ban the Tassadar. He does feel really strong at the moment. But yeah, like you say, there's a bit too much. And Munchies have opted for map pick, and they are going to take us to Battlefield of Eternity.
Do you think where Munchies' strategy was to look for a lockdown on a single player, obviously Stukov's silence following up on the ETC, do you think because the ETC was so squishy, they lacked any ability to kind of threaten the back line of Semi?
Yeah, every time they sort of went for that kill, it was always on the Blaze, and he had bunker. You know, I don't know how he always managed to get the bunker off, despite this Stukov silence. He just sort of wiggled his way out of it, got the bunker, or...
Yeah, just tanky enough to creep himself off that silence and get back to safety. Yeah, perhaps maybe they didn't get as much Kira value as I'd like to see. Sort of picking up a few kills in the team fights.
Yeah, I don't think it was well played, but I don't think it just didn't. Yeah, you'd have liked would have liked to see it maybe. I don't know who would you kill? I guess Tassadar.
Yeah,
if they had a tanky team,
Greymane diving back on the Tassadar would be
Kira.
Significant. Yeah, I mean, instead of Kira.
Yeah, because you can't really kill the Decker easily. The same with the Jimmy. There wasn't a lot of squishy targets there. So.
Yeah. No, I mean, I suppose the most value they seemed to get was the bomb. Whenever the bomb was spreading,
Yeah.
would win a fight or force them back enough that they can secure kills, and a hard one to answer to. So very, very interested to see what Munchies do now.
Yeah. I mean, based off the start of that game, I'm looking forward to this. I'm
Do you
hoping.
think at this stage we're going to go to a third game?
I hope so. I hope so.
I think Munchies have it in them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it felt like sort of the map overall just went against them there. You know, it felt like they were doing good things, but they were just behind, so it was hard for them to get back into it. So I have faith they can bring it back here and hopefully bring us to an exciting third map.
So who's taken us to Battlefield of Eternity?
Well, that's Munchies.
So this is their map. They're going to have a strategy. This could be their chance to make it 1-1. Do you think you're going to see the target ban Tastar on this map? She can stack. Tastar can stack quickly. I don't know why I keep calling it she. Tastar can stack quickly on bot lane.
That's true.
And the Force Walls could get value in these fights as well around the Immortals. So yeah, target ban, get rid of that. They didn't enjoy it.
Nope. See the Sonya ban again. So really don't want to play against that Sonya. And I suppose this is a decent map for her as well.
I mean, if you were thinking like Tassadar, where I'd said like, hey, get a grey main going back on it, and Sonya Leap would also have
That's
really
true, yeah.
comp.
Without doubt. Sylvanas ban again makes
Which they
sense for
banned in
this
the last map.
Yeah.
Oh, again. So that must be a target ban. Someone must be an Ana main.
Yeah.
I got some points off you there, Poppin.
You did. I'm very, very upset. We'll see what happens in this next match. We'll see what happens in the drafts. Johanna picked up on the side of Semi-Croustillants. Maybe not the most meta tank for this map, but nice solid option. She was banned out last time by Munchies. So.
Yeah, and like I said, almost like Blaze can just be that. Oh, I didn't get Johanna, just take Blaze.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe she was a priority for them. Certainly, if you're worried about like Stukov silences and single target blowout comps, Johanna, you now no longer need to worry about yourself.
Yep.
And she can blind and slow and help this Jimmy get a lot of value.
Yeah.
So
the Leeming and the Grey Main out for Munchies, 2 nice picks on this map. Then again,
yeah, great picks for this map. I also think they're great picks for countering what Team Semi pulled out in the last game, which they look like they're going to pull out again in this game.
Yep, see the Reyna and the Deckard. Presumably we'll see Reyna pick up Exterminator. Yeah, that's the right one. Not Executioner, Exterminator.
Think? I mean, again, you've already got Johanna giving him slows.
That's true.
So, yeah, if you're just thinking just win the fight and then do the objective after the fight, rather than a 4-man defense, he could go either. He literally could go either way, depending on how the draft goes. They could either go, yeah, let's look for the fight, let's give a mace in the hall, win the fight, then do the objective, or they could go, no, we want to defend, leave Jimmy with Exterminator doing the damage by himself. So yeah, he might pick his level 1 depending on how this.
Yeah, we'll see how the rest.
Depending on what gets picked up here.
Yeah.
Stukov again.
Stukov comfort pick for Munchies, along with ETC again.
I mean, ETC, Li Ming, Grey Main. If he's calling out who he's power sliding and it's not Johanna, and like not going for Blaze, then I mean they can blow up anything.
Definitely.
I mean, the key thing is, will that Johanna be able to stand in the way of the orb, blind the Grey Main as he goes in, and save whoever they're trying to blow up? Because if you wait until that power slide, you can just shut it down. Arthas, obviously a great counter to Grey Main.
And Kel'Thuzad, a surprising pick for this map.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you got a lot of fight to start off with. Ooh,
Deathwing.
Deathwing. Deathwing.
This is interesting.
I think Kel'Thuzad could be in trouble here. But he's got a Johanna and an Arthas beating for him. It's going to be all about positioning. If he mispositions, he's deleted and gone.
Yep.
If he stays back and waits until they engage and just manages to avoid being the target, or force them to try diving him so hard that the Arthas and the Johanna can just shut them down. Oh no, Poppin, this is a too tough one to call.
Yeah.
I might force you to bet first again.
Again.
I can go first if you want. I can go first. I've made my mind up.
Okay, what are you going for?
This. Oh man, I'm gonna regret this, aren't I?
You have to do it.
I'm betting on the Munchies.
Okay.
Kel'Thuzad is so squishy. There's no way they can save him from the Greymane every time. You're talking like an ETC slide and like 3 auto attacks on the Greymane in melee, and that Kel'Thuzad's dead most of the time, right?
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like they must have some reason for picking that up. They must have practiced it, or...
Yeah. Oh no, I'm going to lose points to you. And it's the first time I've been ranked 1 in Coco points.
I'm sorry. Just one second while you introduce the blues.
So on the left, we have blue team, Munchies, who are going to win me 100 of Poppin's points. We have Mikaku on Stukov, Kestrel on Deathwing, Nad on ETC, Dead Dam on Li Ming, and Himo on Greymane.
I'm back on the red team, which is Semi-Croustillants. We have Benny on the Johanna, Ifubon Umonte on Reina once again, Zelatar on the Decad again, Halni on the Kel'Thuzad this time, and Pulos on the Arthas. And importantly, we see Exterminator from Jimmy, as we wondered about.
Yeah, so they could potentially be looking to 4-man defend their Immortal while Jimmy just focuses it down himself, or they could be looking for Jimmy racing, just 5v5 racing. I think they will lose the race because of the Greymane. Like if it was Jimmy and Li Ming versus Greymane and Kel'Thuzad, I think the race would go the way of Semi, but I think the Ming's enough to give them the advantage over the Kel'Thuzad.
Yeah. So we see Greymane sneaking top to get the siege camp. And the red team being very brave and just going for their siege camp. I don't think they would have seen Greymane going top, so
yeah, but
a bit of a
perhaps
brave
they're just
call.
aware that they're not seeing him in bot, so perhaps they're just going, they're one down. Let's take it.
Yeah, some good awareness there. I suppose worst case there, the blue team pushes in and Kel'Thuzad can get a few stacks and they just back off. So
yeah. Jimmy going top, I don't know if he was hoping to get a gank, but he's certainly going to be very useful for clearing that camp out on top.
Deathwing doing a good job against the Arthas. I don't really know about Deathwing matchups on the solo lane.
No. I mean, it tends to just be about kind of poking it down and staying safe. Like, you're not really looking to kill your opponent or anything up there with Deathwing.
Yeah.
I'm taking a bit of damage, but she's surrounded by potions. She's going to be fine. Jimmy and Deckard getting their bruiser camp. And Johanna and Kel'Thuzad, I guess, just hoping to keep Munchies enough entertained that they don't invade. Li Ming did look towards going for an invade. Would have been nice to see.
Yeah. Munchies moving towards their camp now. And they should have time, assuming Stukov gets a bit of help.
Yeah, Jimmy just stalling out the capture on bruisers a little bit. He's going to come bot and give that a bit of a shove.
Oh, and I missed that. Deathwing getting the kill on Arthas.
Just after we said you're not typically looking for kills with Deathwing on top. I don't know if Arthas was feeling confident because he knew a load of bruisers were going to be coming in behind him. Yep. But
nice
already losing a good amount of health.
Nice stun on the Jimmy, and the slow from Stukov got him stunned by the Immortal, but there was no follow-up, unfortunately.
Yeah. They've got Li Ming up top. Ooh, Johanna.
Ooh. Nice damage going out to Johanna there. Ooh, but the follow-up on Greymane, he's in a lot of trouble. Here comes the Deathwing.
going to secure that Johanna. No, he's not.
Oh yeah, they get it. Leeming with the follow-up damage. It is enough, and Johanna goes down. That'll give Munchies the chance to catch up on this race. In theory, or they should. Although Greymane's being chased by the Arthas, he should just about get away.
Very close to halfway, so Jimmy's trying to poke that down a bit. But I think Team Semi's got enough here to just get that to the halfway point.
Yep. Oh, Arthas is in a lot of trouble here. He was trying to defend the Immortal. He has got a potion to help him. Oh, nice combo by Kel'Thuzad.
Saved by the Kel'Thuzad chain.
ETC's in a lot of trouble.
Falling now instead. Do you think Munchies are looking a bit more confident as well, just because there isn't quite the same damage coming out from Team Semi this game?
Yeah, possibly. Oh.
Deathwing's sticking to Johanna, but she gets a potion, she gets her unstoppable. That's enough to make Deathwing start thinking about healing himself up. So halfway point reached by Team Semi, and Munchie's just choosing to go for the race now. Try to get rid of as much of the shield as possible.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
And they're not far off on the race at the moment. I do think Semi still actually had a bit of an advantage.
So we see. Okay, so they're not pushing with their Immortal. With the tower changes, they are opting to push against the. Well, pushing the opposite lane to the objective, which is fair enough.
I very much enjoyed watching Kel'Thuzad land his changes and then go, nah, nothing I can do with that, just throw it into the air.
Some nice damage by Deathwing on Kel'Thuzad there, he was taking tower shots.
Taking tower shot, yeah, don't want to do that.
Here comes ETC,
coming in behind.
Looking for that Kel'Thuzad, but Johanna scouts it out.
Not wanting it, yeah. Pinging the danger, saying, don't go in the back, we're not ready for it. Yet to see any big ETC setting up the Leeming, setting up the Greymane. They obviously did secure the Johanna kill during the last boss fight.
Johanna gets a bit low there. Deathwing uses his ult just to escape a bit there, I think, and reposition.
Yeah, was it an escape? I think he could have just walked back. I wasn't quite sure about that.
Okay, he's walking back in now from where he did come from.
Yeah. Maybe just hoping to zone them out long enough to finish off the camp. Stukov, you want to move?
or does he?
Oh, does he?
Oh, very close to a Jimmy kill and a Kel'Thuzad kill. Kel'Thuzad's 80 health.
Munchie's a little bit unlucky not to get really 3 kills there with that Johanna sticking her head back out again.
Yeah, ETC's in a bit of trouble. Oh, big damage on Johanna. She goes down.
Underestimating the Calamity Ming damage that could come out there.
Yeah. Munchie's taking advantage of the Deathwing in the 4-man there, and they've had Greymane on bot, who's been struggling against Arthas.
And Deathwing's going to be able to just take his place.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, Kel'Thuzad's got his spike now, as we can see there, getting a couple of stacks on ETC.
Bit more damage on ETC,
yeah,
letting him know he can land his combo.
Yep, he's on 20 out of 30 stacks at the moment, so that'll be a nice power spike for them. Not the fastest quest ever, but we have seen it slower, so I think that's, at this point, 20's okay.
Both cruiser camps get picked up at near enough the same time, both teams choosing to race. Deathwing trying to zone a bit.
Yeah.
He's not been able to zone out the Jimmy at all, so didn't really get much value.
No, he's given his team the advantage though. They've got a slight advantage here, but we're probably going to see a fight before either team puts any serious damage out on the Immortal.
Yeah, both teams just not wanting to risk, just trying to go.
Yeah, Arthas is clearing out the camp on bot. I was interested to see if Munchies might have reacted to that, but...
Who to clear top, and instead Semi react to it and start to push in on...
nice combo on the ETC. The Syndra Ghost comes in, but ETC is okay in the end.
I mean, that was a good use of Deathwing's ability, who's I've completely forgotten the name of.
Bernie Path thing. big damage going out on Johanna, but she should be okay.
Deathwing's low health here. He needs to just get his health up, and ETC's forced out as well.
I mean,
so Munchies are going to have to take a second just to recover themselves a little bit.
Yeah, Deathwing flies up. I mean, in all of that, Semi-Croustillants were getting damage on the other Immortal, so...
Yeah, essentially not a lot came from that fight other than Munchies losing their lead.
Yeah, it'd been good to see Munchies try and position so that Leeming could maybe get a bit of poke damage back on the other Immortal, but
yeah,
might be easier said than done.
While 4 people defending Leeming or Greymane just trying to sneak around and try to do a bit, but...
ETC gets absolutely deleted.
Not going to get out of this, surely.
Or is he?
Deleted. I mean, Deathwing limping out. I can't talk. I think I should not do 5 hours of gardening before coming on a cast. That's what I've learned today.
But yeah, ETC got pulled towards the Deathwing, who is of course permanently unstoppable, so kind of like an extra glacial spike for Kel'Thuzad in a way. So yeah, a bit unfortunate for ETC being pulled so far into the enemy team there when he didn't want to be. But good follow up, and he got took down very quickly. Most importantly, they do secure the Immortal. So.
It's got half its shield, so that's quite substantial. They're going to go through this fort very quickly. It's already nearly dead. They are going to put some pressure on this keep, I can tell you that much. Munchies need something. You've got Deathwing about to land, but I think you want to look for the fight behind the Immortal,
yeah.
don't you?
Here comes the Syndragosa, which is going to slow them down. Some nice damage on Leeming there. Greymane goes down.
Leeming and ETC are out, and this is a bad time for Deathwing to be in because he is not going to get the help he's expecting.
Yeah, it was a nice fear, but his team just weren't ready for the follow-up. ETC gets pulled in again to the Deathwing. He goes down. Deathwing goes down.
Deathwing, ETC, Greymane all dead. Leeming has no health. She needs to recall. They are going to core. They're going to get, I would say, a good 30% core damage.
Yeah, I think they need to be careful here. They're probably not going to finish unless they get some more picks, so a bit of damage and then back off maybe. Or are they going to melt the core down maybe? I
was going to say don't greed, but that Greymane is gone.
Yeah,
Deathwing's calling GG. He's not even bothering to go to
nice 3-man mosh pit.
That mosh dragged the Deathwing out. He was like, okay, we'll defend. Let's go do that.
Yeah, that was a nice... nice mosh.
Mosh saves the game there.
9%
but
core.
What do they do from here now? 9% core. That could get rushed at any time, especially when you've got a Syndragosa to deal with.
Yeah. They just need to... So they can't leave the game too long. They need to be quick, decisive. They need to keep that top lane pushed out. And they just need to look for team wipes, really, don't they?
Yeah.
Or they need to be securing, 3 or 4 kills.
Now, basically, they need to be constantly making sure someone on Team Semi is dead.
Yeah.
And they are pushing bot, which is a nice aggression. You've got Greymane very passively defending top. Could be going forward and getting that XP a bit. He's let 3 or 4 XP globes just disappear. As soon as he sees the team in bot, he's got to make sure he clears those waves.
Yeah, I mean, with a Jimmy and a now stacked Kel'Thuzad, can you just rush the core? And
yeah, 9%.
As long as
9%. If Syndragosa's off cooldown, just go to core. They got the fort here. As soon as there's a bit of indecision from Munchies, if Munchies go to the Immortal, go to core. If Munchies, if they take one step wrong, you can just take that opportunity.
Yeah, Munchies need to keep an eye on
I wouldn't even be risking it here over... that's a nice route on the Stukov. Sort of gets out using his flaming swipe. ETC's in the backline. There's no follow of Leeming trying to kill Kel'Thuzad. She escapes the Sailwhile, but she lands on the Kel'Thuzad combo and Jimmy finishes her off. ETC's going to fall as well, and this is definitely GG. They can just go to core and end the game now. No. They can do some bruises.
Playing it safe. They've got a big advantage having that. Their opponents go down to 9%. Even if they lose an objective, that opens up a backdoor attempt, Yeah,
and you can see Stukov's just having to stand in top lane, having to snap minions to keep that, and if they get this immortal as well, it's going to be GG in the bot lane.
I mean, they're going to hit 16 in a second, but this does give Munchies one more chance for a team fight. They've got Mosh Pit available. Cursed Bullets nearly off cooldown. They're going to have to move in quickly.
ETC's gone in, but no one's there to back him up.
Beautiful route on the kill Fazad, and he goes.
No, he gets out.
He gets out. Li Ming goes down.
He saved himself with a chain as well from the Greymane. Greymane throwing his cursed bullet at Kel'Thuzad, I'm guessing out of frustration. ETC falls. Deathwing about to fall again. Li Ming's already gone. Greymane's gone now. That's got to be GG. That gives them the confidence. I mean, Munchies did the right thing there. They had to force the fight.
Yeah.
They just lacked the ability to get to that Kel'Thuzad. Like I said, that Johanna and Arthas couldn't dive past it, could you?
Yeah, I think it was very well done. I mean, they were 2 levels behind and a talent tier. If they were on level footing, maybe that fight would have gone in their favour, but unfortunately it didn't. And it's 2-0 2-0 to Semi-Croustillants.
To semi-something.
Semi-something.
I mean, ask them for a captain's interview. That was very impressive. Do you think that was just, drafting? They just got them that?
Yeah, there's some very nice drafts. That last one was a bit, we weren't too sure about it, but they executed it very well.
They obviously had a lot of faith in that Kel'Thuzad player to land his combos, which he did. He saved himself with a few chains as well. But that Arthas pick, I think, is what put the nail in the coffin there.
Yes.
It just stopped that Greymane being able to dive in and follow up on the ETC.
Yeah. No, very, very well executed. I didn't expect to see that. I felt a little one-sided in the second match, maybe.
And Arthas top damage for Team Semi.
Yeah, it was strange. I mean, Deathwing put out a lot of damage.
But often, I think, at times when his team weren't there to follow up, or at times where he was having to peel for them when they were backing, it wasn't necessarily when his team were going forward in the fight.
Yeah, that's true.
That game, from the drafts, I didn't think it was going to go as quickly as it did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I suppose
I agree.
This is well with kind of a 2-lane map. If you're losing the fight, there's not as much macro for you to be able to play with. That pesky interview room that always gets away from me.
Yes, I believe we do have an interview.
I have found it.
Found it. Let's head there now. And hopefully we should be joined by at least one member of Semi-Croustillants in a moment.
Where is he? That's the question.
I'm assuming that yes was to an interview and not just to the GG.
GG,
or maybe it was. If not,
it was a good game.
It was.
I agree. Maybe it was. Oh, there we go.
Hey,
Hello. How's it going?
Thanks for the stream.
Yeah, well done. Well done on the win.
Hello.
Here comes the team. Well done, everyone.
Hi. Thanks.
So we'll just ask some quick questions. We'll keep it fairly brief. Obviously, you played quite a similar strategy in the first game and the second game. Was that a decision made off the fact that first game had gone so well for you? You just decided not to shake it up too much?
Yeah, I think it went pretty well, but yet it was close. The first match was a close match, so we were mainly focused on having something that won't be too weak against what they're going to draft, and our draft usually are just response to what the other team is drafting.
Okay, so you hadn't necessarily practiced a comp that involved that many slows for Jimmy to get the ace in the hall damage?
Nope.
Oh, I mean, it worked beautifully.
Yeah.
And obviously well played to your Tassadar player as well.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Thanks.
It's the same, we almost never practice with Tassadar.
Yeah, I mean, we've not seen certainly as many Tassadars since the rework as perhaps I would have expected. So have you put in a lot of hours practicing on him?
Yeah, no, absolutely not. It's like maybe the second or third game we play with Tassadar.
Oh, very nice then.
Yeah.
I mean, the player probably practice more than 3 games, but as
Yeah.
as a 5-man stack, it's 2 or 3 games.
Nice. So going into that, we thought Munchies were going to be possibly one of your bigger challenges, and we were kind of saying that for seeing which team would be going into the top 8, this would be quite an interesting match. Do you have now quite high hopes for the division this season?
Well, mostly I think we just want to make it into the top 8 and be able to play during the playoff week.
Yeah.
And everything that would be better will be like bonus.
Cool.
We have no expectation. This is the first season for a lot of people in our group, so we're just trying to having fun and a little bit of try hard.
Are you a team that had played together before joining Heroes Lounge quite a bit?
No, just me and Benny. We played season 9 in Division 3.
So definitely gelling quite well then. It's good to see. Other than that, I mean, were there any kind of moments in that game that you were kind of questioning? Could you go more aggressive towards the end of that comp and just try to finish it earlier?
Yeah. On vocal, we were just like, okay, this game could have been ended like 3 minutes ago. We just played it safe because we believe at this level mistakes can have a high cost.
Yeah.
And we could probably have ended the second game much more earlier, but we just gave some respect to the enemy team and play it a bit
safe.
passive
Yeah.
and safe.
Cool. Poppin, do you have any questions?
How did Blaze stay alive in game 1 when the entire enemy team was like jumping on you like in mid? I think you got the bunker off, but you somehow killed the Malfield and got out safe. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, I just got a good team and good healer, maybe a luck. So that's why
luck and skills.
Luck and skills, yes.
That was very, very nicely played anyway.
Had you been intending to pick up the Blaze, or was the Johanna ban what forced you onto it?
Yeah.
Il te demande si t'avais prévu de prendre Blaze ou si c'est parce qu'ils ont ban Johanna.
No, I didn't expect to have Blaze. Because but the ban Johanna, but I don't know what to pick. It was maybe Anub, but Anub is weak, so I take Blaze for the main tank.
Again, because the Blaze worked very well with the Jimmy, with the Tassadar getting the slows from the Force Wall as well. That's why I was like, this is a really well thought out comp. So I was a little surprised and disappointed that it perhaps wasn't the plan all along. But yeah, definitely. I mean, I said to Poppin that we might steal this comp for ourselves. Well done from me. Is there any shout outs that you guys want to do?
Shout out to Semi-Something team. I bet people will remember our name next time. And that's all for me.
We need an easier name for us dumb English people.
Yeah, I gave it a try. You just kept calling them Team Semi. I at least tried to say
or
it.
Team Les, getting you confused with the other French team we cast the other day.
Yep. But yeah, that's everything from me.
Shout out for our subs, Floranes and Lashy Quick, and everybody played this game. Thanks for the host, and thanks for your time to Twitch those games at Division 4. Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
It's good
no
fun.
worries.
I mean, well played. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch. Thanks, guys.
Cool. So that's it. We're gonna head off now. So yeah, well played and good luck in the future.
Yep, well played,
Thank you.
guys. Cheers, guys.
Bye.
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 And where is my Yemek? Yemek has got lost on the way back to the channel. There he is.
I was having some problems with Discord. I mean, didn't expect that second game to snowball as quick as it did. Very impressed with Team Semi, considering, like they said, they haven't played much together before this season.
Yeah.
Couple new people coming in. They seem to have gelled very quickly and to have been very decisive in those fights.
Yeah, they're going to be a team to watch out for, I think. We saw Owl Exterminators last night. They looked very impressive, and Semi-Croustillants looked the same, very impressive.
Yeah, I think Owl Exterminators looked very impressive and very well rehearsed, and they've played together for several seasons. They know each other very well. They know their comps. They've got backup comps for every map. I suppose what makes Team Semi quite scary is the fact that isn't anywhere near as rehearsed, and it was still very coordinated.
Yeah, they didn't seem to care what they picked. They just
yeah. As the season goes on, they could become more and more of a threat, depending obviously how much they do practice together.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was strong, and yeah, maybe a happy coincidence with all of those slows for Jimmy in the first game, because that first game was a lot closer and could have easily gone the way of Munchies.
Yeah, I think it just the odd pick here and there, it seemed like
surviving fights, everything like that. And I think they just drafted very well in the second game to secure that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I feel like getting that extra pick or two in the first match, if with a bit of extra luck, Munchies could have, possibly even won that first match, but they didn't have that luck, I don't think. But yeah.
And one thing I forgot to say during the interview, which I normally do say, is obviously we do our best to keep an eye on as many of the exciting matches from Div 4.
Mm-hmm.
I would expect to see both of those teams again in the future, because they are serious threats for the top 8.
Yeah, based off what we know of Division 4 from playing in it last season, those two teams should be near the top, I think.
Yeah.
Based on those performances, so yeah,
exciting ones to keep an eye out for, and maybe
Definitely.
Munchies will get their revenge.
Yes, we shall see.
We'll have to see. But yeah, that's all for me.
Yeah, cool. Right, thank you everyone for watching. We'll be back again soon.
Yeah,
Maybe even tomorrow. Goodbye.